Good morning. Today I'm going to give you many things to do with one whole cauliflower. There are probably lots of things you could do with a cauliflower, but in the kitchen, many ideas so you don't waste it. You're going to use the leaves, you're going to use the stalks, the creamy little white stalks inside. You're going to use the whole cauliflower, lots of different ideas. So here we go. Many things to do with a cauliflower. The first thing you're going to do is take off all the straggly bits you can yourself. And you're going to use most of these. It's much easier to try and cut your cauliflower up when you haven't got straggly bits of the leaf. So we're just going to cut it in half first of all. It does go everywhere, so you're going to have to clean up afterwards. And all those little bits that have just fallen off while you were cutting it in half, you're going to chop up to smaller pieces, sort of this size. And then you'll put them in your whizzer and that will create your rice. I've used about 1/4 of the cauliflower for that. The next 1/4 is going to be cauliflower cheese. I just sort of chop it up into chunks because it will break down while you're cooking it. Cauliflower cheese, you've got to make a white sauce. The best white sauce I will recommend takes time to make. Cauliflower rice, cauliflower ready to go into a cheese. And all you're going to do is just chop this up into chunks. And this is exactly what I would do with the kale. And it's probably it is the similar family. It is almost the same family. Broccoli, kale, cauliflower, it's all from that particular family. So you've got it all like this. Now, what the kale recipes I do suggest is you wash it and you dry it and you leave it to dry. So that's the next job we're going to do. It is so warm in my lovely apartment. I've got all these windows open. I do have air conditioning, but I am going to save it for the really, really hot weather because I've got a feeling we're going to get a few 35+ days. And I thought I'd just tell you what I'm going to do with the cauliflower rice this evening. I made a beef curry. It's a keto curry. And I'll put the link on to the best beef curry I have ever tasted. And there are hardly any items in the recipe at all. Let me show you. Cooked in my slow oven, been cooking all morning. And it smells fantastic. It is basically 6 spices, including 5 spice. It's got red onion, beef, and it's got some coconut cream and a little coconut milk. That's it. It's dead easy. Mixed with the rice, you've got yourself a super dinner. Let's carry on with cauliflower cooking with Annabelle. We're going to jump back to the cauliflower rice, and I'm going to show you my little whizzer. I only have a tiny little whizzer. There's only me. There's no point in getting a big fancy thing. And all you're going to do is pop your little bits of your cauliflower in your little whizzer. I use this for absolutely everything. And that's it. Cauliflower rice all ready to go. Once your cauliflower rice is all whizzed up, pop it in a Tupperware container and you can keep that in your fridge for a couple of days or so. I will be using it well before that. Next is what else we do with the rest of the cauliflower. So here we go. Let's chop the cauliflower up in half. This half is going to be used for a mash, like you would do a potato mash, sweet potato, celeriac mash. And this part, the remaining part of the main body of the cauliflower, is going to be for cauliflower wedges roasted. So it's almost the same as potato. Use cauliflower how you would do a potato, almost. So there we are. It's going to be cauliflower chunky wedges, florets. You roast it like you would potato. Olive oil, black pepper, chilli, whatever it is you fancy. Cauliflower cheese. I roast my cauliflower with some olive oil in the oven for about 10 or 15 minutes. And then when it's just soft, depending on the amount of cauliflower, you may need to leave it a bit longer than that, but I find I don't, especially if you chop them up quite small. Cauliflower florets, it's almost like a roast potato, and it tastes absolutely gorgeous. So you don't really want to do it too small. When I say this sort of size, it will fall apart. So you've got to be it's quite fragile depending on the angle you want to do it at. See, that falls away more so. So it's just trying to find the right way, and it's actually getting that stalk in there as well. That's a better angle. Cut along the stalk. I don't do this very often, so it does fall away. It doesn't matter if it does. Put them in a roasting tin with lots of olive oil, lots of black pepper, chili flakes, whatever it is you like. Any spice or herb will do. And they roast and take the time. You've got to carefully turn them over a couple of times. You could almost put them in with your roast meat or dinner or whatever you're going to cook, because that could get the flavour from the meat if you wanted to go down that angle. So there we are, 4 things to do with a cauliflower. So have a wonderful day, enjoy yourself, be careful in the sun, put lots of suntan cream on and drink lots of water. Bye for now.